I'll never drink Anheuser-Busch again in my life. Bud Light.
Once you go woke, you go broke.
Great American brand now participating in the destruction of America.
In this video, we're going to be talking about Bud Light's recent advertising decision to hire Dylan Mulvaney to promote their brand and what I think about it.
This month I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
Now, unless you've been living under a rock lately, Bud Light and their latest advertising campaign with Dylan Mulvaney has been all over the news. Bud Light is also facing a ton of backlash from its devoted fan base on social media.
Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible. Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
Now first, let's talk about Bud Light's main demographic, which is young adult consumers aged 21 to 34 and mostly predominantly men. And historically, the brand has focused on marketing campaigns that appealed to this demographic. And in these campaigns, they emphasize such themes as socializing, sports, and music. However, in recent years, Bud Light's made some efforts to broaden its appeal to a broader audience, including women, multicultural consumers, and obviously new demographics. Now that you have a little bit more context about Bud Light, let's talk about some of the best practices for marketing and advertising that are relevant to what I'll be discussing in this video. The first one we're going to talk about is defining your target market. It's necessary to first identify your target audience before you can create a successful advertising campaign. You need to consider their age, gender, location, interests, and even income level. Because once you know who your target demographic is, you can tailor your advertising campaigns to appeal to them specifically. This will not only increase the effectiveness of your advertisements, but will also ensure that your marketing budget is spent effectively. The second practice we're going to discuss is conducting market research. Market research is a very important step in determining your target audience. You should be running surveys, interviews, focus groups, and online analytics can all be used to conduct this research. You can create advertisements that resonate with your target demographic on a personal level by learning about their preferences, values, and behaviors by leveraging this data. The third practice is create content that is relevant and engaging. Your advertising content should be relevant and engaging in order to connect with your target audience. This means creating ads that are both informative and entertaining. Use language, images, and media that appeal to and reflect the interests and values of your target demographic. The fourth principle is select the best advertising channels. You need to determine which platforms and channels are most popular with your target audience. Whether that be social media platforms, search engines, websites, print media, and even television and radio may all fall into this category. Concentrate your advertising efforts on these channels to achieve the greatest reach and engagement for your target demographic. Now, when taking these best practices into consideration, it appears that Bud Light's approach is completely counterintuitive, which is understandable given the brand's demographic. So why the would Bud Light be doing this? Well, here's my thoughts. Number one, as previously stated, Anheuser-Busch, which owns the brand Bud Light, is attempting to attract a new demographic that appears to be more liberal, which essentially makes up half of the overall population. So from a numbers perspective, it makes sense. However, you could argue that the current customer base appears to be more conservative. So why would they jeopardize their already massive loyal customer base? My argument is that their current customer base, being mostly conservative, or so what it appears to be, isn't the type of demographic that will cause as much of a stir and will simply ignore or sweep their favorite beer brand's advertising under the rug and move the on. And the shot callers at Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, they're absolutely well aware of this. So they're willing to give up a few of their customers in order to tap into a large potential new customer base. The second reason is without a doubt, today's currency is attention. I've seen this fucking advertisement all over social media being hated on and also being praised. Literally everyone in the office is talking about it. In fact, I don't even remember the last time I even mentioned Bud Light or even thought of Bud Light. But here we are. So the truth is that nowadays, whether you like it or not, attention is always better than no attention. Now, with all of that being said, I truly believe that the marketing and advertising landscape is completely changing. I'd also be very hard-pressed to think that a company like Anheuser-Busch, with a market cap of $106 billion, wouldn't have conducted some sound market research and analysis according to the 4 points and key principles that I listed above to justify this decision and campaign and be completely consciously aware of the potential fallout from this, while also realizing the potential benefits and how they outweigh the potential fallout. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment below to let me know whether or not you agree with me and why you think Bud Light went ahead with this campaign, and if you liked it or not. We'll see you in the next one.